And I pray that our egos does not like separate it, or the internet, or guys, or like nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Like nothing. I hope.
Do you worry? Do you worry about that a little bit?
Sometimes I be on my shit. Sometimes she be on her shit. You know, like
you're human.
We're human. We're women. We're not girls. We're women. Like sometimes I want to be with my man.
It's no secret that the city girls have been throwing shade at each other for a while now. JT has been dissing Young Miami in her latest solo tracks, and Miami has been firing back in her own single. But the real reason behind Miami's anger is that she's jealous of JT's success as a solo artist while she's failing miserably. Her talk show got axed, Diddy dumped her and fled the country, and her music career is on life support. She has nothing going for her now while JT is thriving. If you're a City Girl fan, then you know Young Miami is a mess right now, and the rumors are that she's broke. Her main source of income was those $500,000 monthly checks she was getting from Diddy, but ever since he got busted, all that went up in smoke. She's barely making any money from her music career because the City Girls haven't had a hit in ages, and Carisha Please has been canceled. So now she's online trying to hawk varsity jackets to try and make some cash for herself. In fact, one of Miami's besties spilled the tea to Media Takeout a few weeks ago that Diddy was cutting back on some costs because he was in trouble, and one of his biggest costs was Young Miami. According to Miami's pal, Diddy had been paying for private jets, shopping sprees, and rent on a fancy Miami penthouse. She said Diddy is done paying Young Miami's bills. Diddy still got her a Christmas present, but he's not as generous as he used to be. He's not paying her rent or giving her any money anymore, and he told her not to expect anything from him ever again. Before we dive into the juicy details of this drama, let me give you a quick recap of how things got so bad in the first place. Because this feud has been simmering for a long time, and the true fans of the City Girls saw it coming. Now, when this feud began, a lot of people were in shock because of how tight Keisha and JT were. Miami kept the group alive while JT was locked up for identity theft. Miami was on stage almost every night, even when she was pregnant, and saved up some money for JT so she would have something when she got out. And when JT finally got out of jail, she thanked Miami for having her back, and they got back to work. They dropped 2 albums together, featured on many songs, and got on magazine covers. They even landed some endorsement deals. They were really living it up and getting that money. But things started to change a few months ago, and at first people thought it was just because they were busy with their own love lives. JT was all over Uzi, and Miami had her thing with Diddy and Carisha Please. But then people started to see that there was some beef between them. JT posted on IG and called out Miami for changing on her. She said watching somebody change on you and they pretend to be completely unaware of what they're doing. Really the worst feeling ever, but the best thing about retreated betrayal is you get stronger. People also saw that right after this, JT unfollowed the City Girls' Instagram page. People also dragged Miami for never showing JT any love on social media and hardly ever backing up JT when she got into trouble with someone. Even though JT always had her back. Like, do you remember that nasty fight between Cardi and JT a few months ago when Cardi called JT Nicki Minaj's lapdog? Cardi and her fans were dragging JT and Miami was nowhere to be found. She watched Cardi and her fans bully JT, and then she came back and said she was asleep, but nobody believed that. Now remember, JT had no issue standing up for Miami just a few weeks before when Miami had a problem with Diddy's side piece Gina Hunt. After this drama, fans saw a real difference in their relationship. JT started to do her own thing and even teased some solo music. People said that JT had enough of Miami being a fake friend to her and decided to quit the group. JT added more fuel to these rumors when she admitted in an interview with Angie Martinez that she and Miami had some problems, but she hoped that their ego, the interest, or the men in their lives don't make them split up.
And I pray that our egos does not like separate it, or the internet, or guys, or like nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Like nothing. I hope.
Do you worry? Do you worry about that a little bit?
Sometimes I be on my shit. Sometimes she be on her shit. You know, like
you're human.
We're human. We're women. We're not girls. We're women. Like sometimes I want to be with my man.
JT followed this up by revealing her solo EP in her cover story with Interview magazine, where she said she was done with being in a group and ready to make her own moves. JT then dropped her first single, No Bars, and she seemed to diss Miami's relationship with Diddy. She rapped, "I'm a real big dog, be you just a scrappy do, doing all that wifey shit knowing he don't F with you." Even though JT was being shady, Miami didn't respond to this and she moved on. But then JT threw some more shade at her in a new song, Sideways. She called out Miami for leaving her and becoming besties with Ari Fletcher. Now, for those of you who don't know, Ari and Miami have been hanging out for a few months now after Miami and JT stopped being close. Ari even showed up on Carisha Please, and she was with Miami at a Las Vegas party for her birthday. So as you can see, Miami has basically swapped JT with Ari, and she doesn't care at all. But JT is not feeling this friendship, and she made that very clear in the song. She said, "B, I ain't friendly, I don't F with y'all girls. Try to take who it ain't enough of y'all girls. Girls so phony got me looking at them sideways. It'll never be the same, mother, the old days. B, I'm up now, give a F what you think." One person said, "You must be talking about Young Miami when you said it'll never be the same, F the old days." Another person said, "Is this a Carisha diss? You know you acting funny?" Now you would think Miami would also congratulate JT or at least post the song, but she didn't. A lot of people think that Miami is jealous of the success that JT is getting from her solo career, and that's probably one of the reasons they're beefing right now. JT's music has been blowing up on TikTok. Her new single is expected to hit the Billboard charts, and she's been busy with fashion events in Europe and magazine covers. Miami, on the other hand, lost her talk show, got dumped by Diddy, and her career is in ruins. Miami added to the rumors of her being jealous of JT when she began promoting her solo career on the same day that JT released her new song. You can't make this stuff up. She was trying to use JT's hype to boost her own solo music. The city girls are at war, and it won't be long before things get even uglier and they unfollow each other on IG. Now, as always, people have their own opinions on this. One person said, "Carisha always being shady toward JT. I'm surprised nobody would catch it because a lot of the interviews would be tension on Keisha's side, and then there's JT being the light of energy and brushing it off and trying to make Keisha feel included. It's giving hating, and she knows she mad because people really support JT for real and she knows it." Another person said JT has supported Miami, even when Miami was more into Diddy and what he could do for her. She just realized what everyone else knows, and that's Miami doesn't care about her good for JT. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Miami being bitter about JT's success in her solo career, and do you think Miami is really trying to replace her friendship with JT with Ari? You know what to do. Share your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.